No, I'm gonna hold it and I'm just gonna go around the room.
You need me to film?
No, we'll be okay. What's going on, guys? This is Gene Jensen. It's time for another Friday Night Live. And we are in, where are we at? We're at Lake Lanier, on Lake Lanier in Georgia. We're going to wait for a little bit of people to jump on. Hopefully we got a good enough signal. We'll find out here shortly. But, Jack, Scott, how's it going? It's amazing how fast these numbers go up. The Bass Show Company. I'll have to look that one up. That's a cool little channel. Look at that. We got somebody wearing a Gilmer County shirt, jersey. What's going on, Steven? What I normally do is wait for about 100 people to jump on, then I do my business, and then we start talking. Somebody called me Gene the Fishing Machine. What's going on? Glenn Bird, going on? What's going on, Joshua? Go Bobcats. Be a high school kid. Anthony Reed, Caden's on here. Chris Morrison.
I'm watching it now. I'm watching it now.
I got the notification.
I just hit my dad.
That's awesome. So all y'all gonna be on your phones while we're doing this, huh? You gotta turn the volume down though, so I don't hear the echo.
Caught a few today.
Yeah.
That's definitely not one.
That's his mom.
Is that your mama?
That's one of the middle-aged
Oh.
that stay on there.
What's going on? What's up, guys? All right, we're gonna do this real quick. We're gonna get started off with the business, and then I'm gonna introduce all the guys that are around me right here. We're with the Gilmer County High School fishing team. We got a tournament this weekend. It's the state championship here on Lake Lanier, and I'm the only one catching fish. So.
Whatever.
I'm not the only one catching fish. I didn't get a bite today. But anyway, so I'm gonna try to hold my iPad and do this at the same time, and my hand's gonna probably get tired. But to start off with, first item of business. What's going on, guys? Is we're still doing the sticker deal. So if you guys want a Flukemastr sticker, simply hit the super chat, the little money sign that's down at the bottom. Donate $5, and then send a message to either my Instagram page or my Facebook page, preferably Facebook, with your name, address, and your screen name on YouTube, so we don't get you mixed up. And we'll get those out to you. We usually get them to you within a week, so it should be pretty awesome. So we'll see if we can do it this week because we got tournaments, both me and Scott. So. Yeah, Scott Hatch got 2 stickers. That's awesome. Yeah, they're pretty good stickers too. They're the UV ones, the ones that the sun doesn't break down very fast. So, what else is going on? The high school tournament. I've got another tournament. I'm fishing a kayak tournament at Rocky Mountain BFA with the Peach State Kayak Anglers this next weekend. So any of you kayak guys that want to come try to fish a tournament against me on my home waters, you can sure come and have fun. You'll probably beat me, but anyway, trying to think of anything else we got. I'll get a message from Scott to let me know what all the other business is, but it's gonna be pretty fun. So we're gonna start a little Q&A. Let me turn this around. We're gonna introduce some of the guys here. Matter of fact, let me take my iPad out of the case. It's gonna be a little rocky for a second, guys. All right. Yes, ma'am. Oh yeah, my Bonafide giveaway. Eric Jordan reminded me. Okay, what I need you guys to do is I'm giving away my Bonafide SS127. How freaking cool is that?
That's cool. Really cool.
So the one I've had for a year, it is got a little scuffs on it. It's got a little Gene fart, but you know, we'll be all right. But it's through Angler's website, angler.com, ANGLR, the little button that I wear on my hat. You can go on there, and best thing to do is go to my Instagram page, click on the link in my bio, or Angler's Instagram page, do the same thing. It'll take you to their website, and you can enter to win my Bonafide. And it'll be on display at the Bassmasters Classic Expo in the Angler booth, and you'll be able to come by and check it out and say hi to me and whatever, everything else. So, yeah. Anyway, that's pretty cool that they're going to jump in and let me do that, which is going to be awesome. And no, it is not going to be fully rigged. I need to take some stuff off of it, but I might throw a power pole in there. I don't know. I haven't thought of it yet. But, all right, so what we have here is, like I said in the title, it's the Gilmer County High School team. And I'm going to go around here and have the boys introduce themselves with their first name, because I don't want your parents mad at me, and what grade you're in. And then we're going to start the Q&A. Starting with
I'm Carter. I'm in 12th.
Carter, he's a senior.
I'm Clay, I'm a sophomore.
Clay's a sophomore, he's a stick. Or at least acts like it.
I'm Sagan, I'm in 12th grade.
Sabian, he's a senior.
I'm Hunter, I'm in 9th grade.
Hunter,
I'm Isaac, I'm a sophomore.
sophomore's Isaac.
Logan, I'm in 11th grade.
All right, Logan, then we got the old man with the bad knees.
I'm Rusty. I'm old.
Yeah, he's old
In the
teacher.
100th grade.
Got anybody hiding in the... I'm sorry, we got Jordan. Jordan, we put Jordan on the Gilmer team as a provisional Georgia high school student because we have a piece of junk for a principal who won't let us have a high school team.
Oh, say that in live.
So yeah, I will say that in the live. And so he's fishing over here with Gilmer County, and we've been pre-fishing for the last couple of days and done pretty good fishing, even though the muddy. Lag on the foot shot. They all saw my foot hanging on the thing, so somebody's making fun of me. All right, so let's start a Q&A, guys. I already see a few questions popping up. There's some good videos that are coming out here shortly. I'm doing a lot of these little, what I'm calling vlogs, as you guys have probably seen that you've watched it before, where I just go fishing and turn the cameras on and I act like I'm guiding the camera. So, you know, we go through fish finder work, we go through how to find them, how to catch them, how to figure them out, all kinds of other stuff. And you guys get to see the good and the bad days, because most days I really do suck, like today. So, Jordan, how many fish you catch today? 3. And then Sabian caught 2.
Well, one of his was a quick release.
Yeah, we don't count. Yeah, Jordan caught 2 and a 2.9.
Yeah.
Fish and fish.
So, yeah, he tried to boat flip it and hit the side of the boat and it got off. So we caught 4 fish or 5 fish total. So,
Won that big fish little tournament.
yep. Early spring jig colors. What do you guys think? Anyone?
Pumpkin green and
Brown.
Browns
Browns
Cherry
and reds.
and reds and some oranges.
And that,
I like a green pumpkin with a little bit of orange.
yeah, green one.
So I'll give you my rule of thumb. If you're fishing a lake that has grass in it, throw a little bit of orange in your crawl. I don't know what it is about grass and crawfish being in the grass, but they turn just a little orange every time they're in the grass. I think it's something that has to do with what they're eating off the grass. But, and then in the spring, throw a little red in there, and red and brown or black and black.
Can't really go wrong with black.
Yeah, if it's a rocky lake, I like black, typically, or dark brown. So I don't get too picky with it. It's either brown or black or green pumpkin. All right. That's a good question, by the way, Chris. I like that. What are your boys what are your go-to baits? Y'all raise your hand and I'll throw the camera on you.
Alright, hold on. Wait.
All right, Jordan, what's your go-to bait?
Hold on.
All right, stop thinking.
Oh, wait, I got it now.
All right,
Jackhammer,
a
chatterbait.
jackhammer chatterbait, because he caught one on it today.
No,
Oh, anybody else?
Just an old jig.
Just a jig. So when fishing gets tough, what do y'all go to?
Spot remover.
Spot remover?
Yeah.
Spot remover?
KBD 1.5 square bills, I think.
Square bills? Y'all know what mine is.
green pumpkin.
No, what's my go-to if the fishing's bad, tough?
Oh, that
Nope.
lipless crankbait you lost.
Yeah, my lipless. No, a Ned rig. Yep. So, Kayak Fishing Woman C donated $5. She said, "Hey Gina, you're going to personally deliver the winner and fish with them." I don't know. We haven't talked about that. That's a good idea. Huh? The winner, whoever wins the kayak, I bring it to them and we go fishing. Huh? We'll have to figure that out. I bet you we could probably pull that one off. Please thank these guys for saving our sport and heritage. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Rod Royal, that's awesome, man. They all just gave you a fist bump. Let's see. On an Alabama rig, would you use weighted heads or not? If so, what size heads? I always use weighted heads. The biggest thing is don't get an Alabama rig that has a lead head as the main head or a weighted head. And I'm gonna tell you guys the same thing. Don't do it, because what happens is if you use too light of a jig head, that weighted head will fall first. Like you know which one I'm talking about, the center? It falls first, and that's when all your stuff gets tangled. So if you use one of the light heads, even ones that don't have a head at all, and then on your jig heads, use a 1/16 of an ounce or an 1/8 of an ounce, or if you're fishing really deep, go to heavier jig heads. then it's gonna fall like this and nothing's gonna get tangled. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
I hate fishing Alabama rig, but for some reason I know that. Got my first tournament on the California Delta, and it's gonna be off and on rain and the water is muddy. Wish me luck and tips if you can. Water is in the 50s and low during the and lower during the mornings. That's actually what we're dealing with right now. The best thing is find the clearest water you can find and fish fairly shallow. We're fishing stained water. The bass will get down to about 10 or 12 feet, but the muddier the water, the shallower the fish are. But that low 50s muddy water, you want to try to find the clearest you can find, because they ain't biting in that cold muddy water. But the best thing to do is go find the thickest grass. If you're in the California Delta, if there's any kind of thick vegetation, that thick vegetation will filter out the muddy water, and it will be the clearest water there is. So, what is that on your hat? This is the Angler Bullseye. I talk about this just about every week, because especially when I'm fishing and I have it on my hat. It's a free app, and then you buy this as more of it's convenience. I catch a fish, I hit the button on my Bullseye, see the little red light come on, and it basically keeps a log of my fish. Gives me GPS coordinates, keeps track of the weather, the barometric pressure when I caught it. I can go in there and I can add the lure, I can take a picture of the fish, and it just gives me all the detail I need to be able to keep track of the fish I catch. So it's pretty cool. And it's called the Angler Bullseye. If you were looking to get a foot pedal trolling, if you guys have any questions, raise your hands. So start thinking of some so you can kind of join in instead of sitting there staring at me like a dummy. If you were looking to get a foot pedal trolling motor for a 12-foot V-hole, what would you recommend getting and what pound thrust? 12 foot, 40 or 50, something that, nothing that's over a 12 volt. Just get a regular 12, 50 will or 40 will last you longer than a 50. But either one, aluminum, I'm guessing, a V-hole aluminum. Yeah, I wouldn't get anything less than a 40 or more than a 50. Yeah, I'm a believer in getting the biggest one that you can put on a boat, but that's because I fished Clark Hill and the best fishing was in the heaviest wind. So, best technique for post spawn, topwater. Right after spawn, on most lakes, I don't know where you live, but right after the bass spawn, the shad spawn. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna hit bluff walls and sea walls and docks and pontoon boats and all kinds of stuff wherever the shad are spawning early in the morning with a popper, with a spinner bait, with a chatter bait, with a lipless crankbait. Yeah, and I'm just gonna wear them out. So when that water temperature reaches into the 70s, that's when the shad start to spawn. Let's see, never used a Mitchell spinning reel. Anybody else ever used a Mitchell spinning reel? I've used one like years ago. They don't make those anymore though, Jordan.
No, they're okay.
Yeah, until I stepped on it and it went, it blew up. It was made of plastic. Let's see. Here's a good one. Eric Nelson, when did your channel turn into a paddle pansy channel? So this is somebody who evidently doesn't like the fact that I actually fish out of a kayak. I don't always fish out of kayak. I just went on a really good trip down to Florida that was kayak fishing only, and got a lot of content. So you guys are seeing it come out. I've been fishing out of a boat and videoing for the last week and a half. Those videos just haven't come out yet. And I really haven't been fishing much out of my boat because I'm waiting on my new one from Alumacraft and all that other stuff. So yeah, there's a lot to do with it. Plus, for 3 weeks, my boat was stuck. Actually, my boat was in the back barn, but I couldn't get to the back barn because of flooding and mud and everything else. So welcome to my life. So yeah, kayaks are really easy when you don't when your truck's getting stuck trying to pull your boat. Off the top of your head, what's a pretty good beginner's fishing kayak?
The Academy ones.
The most stable one on the market.
Not the most stable one on the market because you're going to spend $1,600 on a Bonafide. The best beginner one is basically one that you can afford. I always say that every kayak fisherman's favorite kayak is going to be their second one. Buy one, buy a good paddle, because your paddle is what's going to drive you nuts more than the kayak itself. And then save up for a better kayak. The Ascend is a really good one for a short amount of time. Just don't drag it too much because it will get a hole in it real easy.
Sit on top.
Yeah, but make sure it's a sit on top. Yeah, you know by experience. You make sure it's a sit on
The
top.
green ones that we have, or are they?
So,
They're like the.
Heath, did you just ask that question? How do you fish a pink bubblegum fluke?
Yeah, that's easy.
It's not in here, but yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he don't want to be in here because I'll rip on him. Here's somebody that says he loves that I fish both out of a boat and a kayak. And I'll tell you why, because there's a lot of guys that watch my videos, and a lot of these guys, you guys don't own your own boat, right? How much does a boat cost to own, to run? You know, boat stands for break out another 1,000, right? You know, boats are great. They're a lot of fun. You can start out like I did in the little 14-foot John boat. But had they had fishing kayaks when I was a teenager, when I was 17, 18, and these are the guys that are watching my videos, had I had a fishing kayak, had they had fishing kayaks, I'd have been in one in a heartbeat. Instead of tugging around a dang, I fished out of a belly boat, which you only could do that in the summertime. And I fished out of a little 10-foot square, one of those Bass Raider boats, little square boats. And kayak's a whole lot easier. So yeah, that's why I promote fishing a kayak, because I want everybody who possibly can to get off the bank and get in the water and experience being on a boat in the water. So I ain't got a problem with it at all. Ordered a Bonafide RS 117, will deliver next week, paired with a Bending Branches Angler Ace paddle. That's gonna be awesome. Post spawn topwater. I used to dread post spawn. Now I can't wait to wait. It's supposed to be 0 on Monday. Ooh,
Where are they?
they're gotta be up north.
It'll be somewhere cold.
Yep. Jay Bastion, 2 stickers. That's awesome, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for the $20. Let's see. What's the best shallow water bait early spring cold water? Man, a flat-sided square bill is the first thing that comes to my mind. A what? A balsa bait? Yeah, something like a flat-sided balsa square bill. Let me think. My favorite one is a what do they call it? A bomber flat A, pain in the butt to cast, but it catches fish. The 6 cents flat 75. That's a good one. I had one of those tied on today. Didn't catch squat, but yeah, square bills is the first thing that comes to mind. Joni, what's going on, man? Joni owns a Mexican or Chinese Mexican restaurant, Chinese restaurant in Dayton, Tennessee. He's going to be busy when Major League Fishing gets up there. Will I be at the Classic all 3 days? Yes, I will. So yeah, you're gonna have to sneak away from your wife and work to come see me. No lakes in my immediate area. Most ponds less than 12 feet deep. Best lures and soft plastics. I got no clue, man. You'll have to give me a little bit more detail about the lake. Is there grass? Is there trees? What's the watercolor? Here's a good one, Gene. I answered this question for you today in the boat. What are your thoughts on a sit-inside fishing kayak?
Not good.
It's not good because when they fill up with water, they sink. Really, I mean, it's one of those things where you sit too close to the water. I just don't like them. I'd rather sit up a little bit. I'd rather have a boat that was, a little bit more stable and you could stand up in. So
They're good for riding in, they're just not good for fishing on it.
Yep. Are Crocs optional or are they part of the kayak experience?
They're part of the kayak experience.
Yeah, they're right there on the floor too. They're definitely part of the kayak experience. They're the best boat shoes around. So, let's see, Chris, how do we donate? You click that little, the little dollar symbol at the bottom. It's called Super Chat. If you donate $5 and say stickers or something, and then go and email message me on Instagram or Facebook with your screen name and your address and your real name, and we will get those shipped out to you. So, any of y'all got questions? You just gonna stand there?
I've been thinking, I can't think of that.
Think about what's going on right now on the lake. Muddy water,
How do you catch fish?
transition to clear water. How do you find fish? What do you look for? That kind of stuff.
How about all the debris?
Oh, there's a good one. Okay, so, Coach over there said, how about all the debris on the lake? So we've had epic flooding in Georgia. I mean, they're about to release Carter's, they're about to do an emergency water release on Carter's Lake on Sunday. So my buddies in Rome, right down, actually where I live, y'all look out because the water's coming on Sunday. But, so the biggest thing about is just to be safe. I actually hit a tree that was underwater today, floating in the middle of the lake, and broke my transducer off and had to jerry rig it. There's timber, there's big logs and stumps and everything, all kinds of stuff floating all over the lake. So biggest thing is just to be safe. You know, you see that muddy water from floods, especially, you know, historic floods like this, and you're gonna get trees and stuff floating down the middle of the lake, and they can destroy you. You can throw you out of the boat. Ask Mike Iaconelli. So, y'all remember that? And he friggin' was going down the river and hit a log and punched him and his co-angler or his boat captain into the woods. Yep, boat and all. What is the best for shallow ponds with big fish?
Jig with
Big
a
baits.
crawfish trailer.
Jig with a crawfish trailer?
Yeah.
Cinco. Whack
Over and
over.
over.
Shallow ponds.
Somebody said Cinco. You're fired. Get out. But-
Catch the bait and use it.
Yeah, a live bait, a bluegill.
Yeah, that's what we did at the Greenbrier Pond, and we caught 9-pounders.
Yeah.
Growing up, well, we used to fish a lot of stock tanks out in Texas. And, you know, you'd walk out there and fish them. It was always like little beetle spins. Little
Yeah, little baits, for sure. How important is confidence in the presentation you are throwing? It's everything, because as soon as I lose confidence in what I'm throwing, I get rid of it. I mean, y'all saw, how many baits did I tie on today?
Too many.
A lot, because I didn't have confidence in anything. Y'all were catching fish and I wasn't, so. Is it best to go fishing before cold front or after?
I'd say before.
Yeah, always before. I mean, really. I mean,
Or
most of the
2 days
times.
after.
The summertime, it's a little bit different. If you get a cold front and moves through in the late summer, early fall, a lot of times they'll feed up. But other than that, yeah, cold front moves through. You want to fish before and during, and then after it, you kind of want to lay back. What's the biggest swim bait you'd use in a place where a 5-pounder is huge and a 7-pounder would be a monster?
Wait, so,
I mean,
up north?
I've caught an 8-pounder on a 9-inch bull shad, so yeah, probably 8-inch would be the biggest one I'd throw. So, what do I think of live minnows? I think they're really good for crappie. I wish my high school had a fishing team. Tell me, guys, let me ask you guys this question. What's it like? Look at those feet. Woo, I got some sexy feet. What do you guys think of your high school team?
It's pretty nice.
Great.
Yeah.
It's a good opportunity.
Yeah?
Yeah, finally happy I get to actually fish on
Get,
one.
get some kids out on the lake, get them started.
Yep.
Good.
So what are some of the rules that your team has?
Good grades. You gotta keep up with the grades.
What do you mean? What are good grades? A, B,
Yeah, I mean,
a 3.0?
Passing.
passing.
I can tell you the rule.
All right, what's the rule?
The rule, okay, so for no pass, no play, the rule is 70.
Okay.
So for our club, it's 75 or better.
Oh, okay. Good. How about rules on how they conduct themselves on social media?
Be smart or not be on the team.
Be smart or not be on the team. So my history with Gilmer County High School is that young man's dad right there contacted me how many years ago? 3 years ago, and invited me to do a seminar for this high school team. And so I did that seminar, and I've done it every year I could since, and it's been a lot of fun, and I enjoy hanging around them. And I've watched a couple of these kids come all the way from being a freshman to, well, now they're freaking, yeah, seniors.
And state champion.
And state champions. Yep. Hold on, we got state champion. Hold on, you got to brag on him. He got the right fish to bite at the right time. And so it's been pretty cool. So that's my history with Gilmer County, and I've got a seminar with Carroll County High School coming up in a few weeks, and the cool thing about that is I don't charge high schools. Yeah, colleges are a different story, but I don't charge. I do high schools for completely free, and I love to do them, and get to know these kids is a lot of fun. So, let's see. Fishing is actually one of the most dangerous sports because of the conditions. I think professional fishing is. I mean, like, yeah, it depends on the conditions. But I don't know if it's the most dangerous, and only if you're stupid, and do some dumb things. Yep, so what was the go-to bait today in muddy water for you guys? We found some stained water. We kind of stayed out of the muddy water. Anybody that fished the muddy water really didn't catch anything. But we were catching them. I don't know what to tell everybody. Yeah, it was a Tokyo rig, brush hog, green pumpkin dipped in JJ's Magic is what it was. So
Now the world knows.
now the world knows. So let's see, tips for kids interested in club or team fishing without access to a boat.
Find someone who does.
Yeah, make friends. That's the biggest thing. Or, you know, a lot of you guys, you fish teams anyway. So you have a fishing team. Not everybody on the team has a boat. And so you find, and they pair you up with a guy or one of the kids that has a boat, and you go fishing.
We also outreach into our community, and we find people who maybe they're empty nesters.
Yep.
That fish a lot and have boats, and we invite and beg their involvement also.
Like me.
Yes.
Yep. So yeah, so they get the community to come help too, which is pretty cool. So, why is wind and current important in bass fishing?
It can change
Pushing the
everything.
bait fish.
It does what now? That's
It pushes the food that shad eat, and then where shad go, bass go. So
yep. It positions the fish too. Current itself will position a bass just outside of the current, so around a point or something like that, and it really makes it easy to pinpoint where they're at. So
fire airplane.
it says there's no picture.
Yeah,
Is it black?
yeah, it's black.
That's weird. Hold on a minute, guys. Let me figure this out. How's that? Is that better? Nope. That was jacked up. Hold on, guys. I may have to start this all over again.
Hold on, your thumb's over. Is your thumb over? No.
Mm-mm.
That's weird.
How's that?
That's just messing up.
It's just it'll get better. Hold on.
Zoomed out, too zoomed in.
Ah, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
How's that?
No, it's still black.
No. Well, we may cut it early. We've only been doing this for 30 minutes, though. I got the boys looking at it. I've never had this happen. This is when I lose all my viewers.
You still hear him?
Here comes that radio show.
Yeah, I know it. Let me do something real quick. I'm gonna do this. Yeah, now it's a podcast. Thanks, Scott. I appreciate it, man.
Hey, you finally got your podcast,
There
Dad.
it is back.
Oh, there it is.
We got it back?
Yeah, you're back.
Alright.
Sweet.
I seen you.
I don't know what that was, guys. I'm sorry. That was great. Thanks for hanging in on me.
Tell them to ask us questions.
Yeah, ask the boys some high school questions if you have it too. So I'm gonna go back and look at some of these questions after you guys started ripping me for having a bad signal. Good grief, everybody says a black screen. Let's see. Drop shot, square bill, chatterbait. Choose one.
Chatterbait.
Chatterbait.
Drop shot.
For sure, chatterbait.
Why drop shot? Oh, you're a finesse fisherman. Never mind. Yeah, I don't even have to ask him that question. That's why I drop shot. Is okay.
Billy Reed's favorite worm.
Somebody said they caught an 8-pound bass with a Big Mac. I don't believe it.
Question mark.
Sounds like some flare stuff to me.
Yeah.
Big Mac really is food.
Calories, question mark.
Okay, I'm in high school. How do I get sponsored?
Go to events.
Social media.
Local.
Ask people.
Local is the best, and you're right. You're 100% right. Go, actually get your team sponsored. We used to do this when we did yearbook. Yeah, you go local. Yeah, show them your shirt. These are all local businesses.
All local,
Yep.
all local businesses.
And they will support the high school team,
Auto on over there.
except for old Duckett back there.
Yeah.
But they'll support the high school team. You just go local, go knock on their doors, and go into their businesses. That's how we used to pay for our yearbook every
What's your
year.
best source?
Yep. Yeah, because they love to support high school. So, let's see. Grant Henderson, where's my sticker, sir? Dude, you're not getting one. I don't care how much you pay money. I'm not sending you a sticker. I've known Grant for a long time. What's everybody's favorite rod and reel setup?
13.
13.
Or that,
Just rod and reel. Give me a rod and
oh,
reel.
the
chatter crank?
Chatter crank with the Inception SC.
Yeah, that's an ugly reel.
Mm.
No thanks.
Anybody else?
Kistler rod with a Abu reel.
Abu Garcia Revo, what generation? A new one? Gen 1. Amen, brother.
Trying to think. I don't know.
That Revo Gen 1 is, still got 10 of them at the house and I refuse to sell them. Anybody else?
I know my favorite reel.
What's your favorite reel?
The Daiwa TWS.
Is that a spinning reel?
No, it's a baitcaster. The flip-in ones where
Mhm.
the eyelets come out.
Oh yeah. Yep, I got you. Anybody else? Favorite setup?
I couldn't tell you
I
right
know.
now, not off the top of my head.
What's your favorite thing to fish with?
Well,
You-
deep diving crankbaits against riffraff.
Uh-huh.
Favorite thing.
Sweet. So you like it's still shallow,
It's still
but you're
shallow.
beating the crap out of you. I
I
call
mean-
it digging ditches is what I call it. Yeah.
Right up next, I mean slapping it.
Yep, beating the crap out of the rocks with a deep diver. Yep, that's not a bad way to catch them. Anybody else? Man, y'all look just
That
like
one's the-
excited.
the 6
I'm not showing them anymore. They don't look excited.
Okay, fine.
So,
Wait, I'll answer one.
I-
I'll answer one of the person's common questions.
yeah.
To Kelly Reese, my favorite worm is a green pumpkin green worm with a chartreuse tail.
So Kelly Reese, says his favorite worm is a what?
Green pumpkin green worm with a chartreuse tail.
That's funny. Green pumpkin with green flake.
Um,
Isn't those feet sexy? Look at that. Anybody else?
my favorite worm is a plum apple swamp crawler. They're like
Plum apple swamp color.
Oh, yeah.
Mine's Tequila Sunrise.
Yep, good summer color. Good. Sean D, I saw you in a red Chinook PFD in one of your videos. What is your overall take on it? I haven't been eyeballing the same PFD. That's actually the brand new Chinook that just came out. They're made a lot more comfortable. I'm going to do a video kind of talking about the changes and stuff on that. I love it. It's one of those that you can wear all day long. You don't even know you have it on. So Flyover Bassin, thanks for the $5. How do you choose between a Nico rig and a jig head wacky rig? I don't know. I don't really choose. A jig head, if they're on the bottom, I'm going to throw a jig head. If they're really, really finessey and they don't like a lot of stuff beating them up, if I'm having trouble catching them on jig head, I might go to a Nico rig. Wacky rig, I don't. Only time I throw a wacky rig is when they're suspended under docks. Yep. And I hate throwing a wacky rig. How many times I say that today as I was skipping one under a dock. I said, I can't stand it. I'd rather slam my hand in a car door. So, my favorite soft plastic is a Zoom Lizard. That's not a bad one. I know some guys that fish those all year long on a Carolina rig. How often do you use the blade on your PFD? Is it nice to have? I use it every day to cut braid. I use it to cut and slice and do all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I do a lot. It's good to have it on there just in case you get hung up in something, especially if your kayak has a prop or something you can get hung in line. It's just good to have it. So Peyton, why do I hunt? Jordan, do I hunt?
A little bit.
A little bit. I used to hunt a lot. I hunted a lot more than I fished. I've shot probably 160 to 170 deer in my life. So it got to the point where I wasn't shaking anymore and it wasn't exciting, so I stopped doing it. Okay, Zach Walker. Gene, be honest, how much have you had to drink tonight?
You don't drink.
Hold on a minute. Jordan, how many times have I had an alcoholic beverage in my lifetime?
Now,
0.
does Mountain Dew count?
Nope. I've never drank alcohol in my life, beer or nothing else, so none. What is more important in line selection, diameter or braking strength? Diameter. I like to have the thinnest. I don't pay much attention to it because I fell in love with Seaguar back in 2000. 2006, 2008, something like that, and I haven't looked back since. Fluke, you coming to fish Toledo Bend? I don't know yet. Texas versus Carolina rig, which do you throw most? I throw a Texas rig at things. I throw a Carolina rig around things, is basically. A Texas rig is a pinpoint, flip into bushes, flip into cover, throw it to stuff. A Carolina rig, you drag across points and a little across flats and that kind of stuff. So it just depends. If I'm covering in a whole area, it's going to be a Carolina rig. Any collabs anytime soon? Yeah, we're going to do some with me and Alex Rudd. We're going to do a bunch of stuff at the Classic, so we'll see what happens. It's trade show season, so it gets kind of crazy. So, all right, we're going to do this for about 10 more minutes, and then we're going to let these guys go to bed because we're getting up in the morning to go fishing. Do I like the Tokyo rig? Yes, I do. It catches fish. I don't know why. It's the ugliest thing in the world. I made some really ugly ones this week with like 9-inch little drop wires, and one that I'm wacky rigging a Cinco and see how all that works. I'm gonna play around with them in the next few weeks. So Jason Clay, thanks for the $10. Will the number 8 tackle rods come up in value? Number 8 rods, that company is no longer in existence. 2 years ago, number 8 was dissolved and became 1-3, which is part of 13 Fishing. And there's a big old long story behind it that was mainly because buyers in the industry could not, in their brains, could not connect number 8 tackle with 13 Fishing, so they weren't ordering number 8 tackle rods. And so they changed the name, and that totally changed. And now they get the picture for some stupid reason. I don't know why. But anyway, so those are gone. Number 8 got dissolved into 1-3. The blackout is now the fake chrome. Same exact blank, different guides, different reel seat. When is the best time to throw a jerkbait? When the water's wet. Yeah, you guys agree?
Water's not wet though.
Yep. Gary Dobbins makes the Dobbins rods. Made millions of dollars throwing a jerkbait year-round in California. So he's won like 30-something boats, or 29 or 31 boats or something, and his favorite bait is a rip bait or a jerkbait. So anybody else want to tell River Life Outdoors what the button is on my hat? It's Jordan's right. It's an angler bullseye. That's my son Jordan. Angler bullseye, and it's basically, it helps me keep the keep a log of my fish catches on an app called Angler, ANGLR. It's a pretty neat little deal. It keeps track of barometric pressure, weather, GPS coordinates, everything else about a fish. So when I get back off the water, I can really have a really detailed log. Let's see. Riprap, 9 feet of water, 60-degree Fahrenheit water, 2 feet visibility. What to throw? 9 foot. I'm guessing that's how deep you want it to run, or crankbait and a spinnerbait. My first thought was that a crankbait that dives about 7 or 8 feet deep and beat it off of the rocks as much as you can. Don't be afraid to break a bill. So let's see. Wisconsin Survival and Fishing asked me how old I am. 44 years old. Yep. You know, I used to run marathons when I was your guys' age. I used to run, I played soccer. I played almost professional up until I decided they weren't making enough money and I joined the Army for some stupid reason. Let's see. Grant Henderson, I fished with Dobbins once on the Delta. He murdered me. Let's see. Let's see. Somebody else is downloading the app. That's awesome. What's the longest bass you've caught? 20. If I had to guess, probably 23.5 inches. So I know there's a lake in Covington that used to have the longest bass I've ever caught in my life. I've caught a 4-pounder that was like 21, 22 inches. Skinny and long. So Wisconsin Survival says, thank you for serving our country. Appreciate it, man. What was your position in the Army? Just curious. I was a 91 Papa, 91 Bravo. So I was an X-ray tech and field medic. So if you got broke, I pretended like I knew how to fix you. Hey, Gene, walk to school uphill both ways and home from school. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Any of you guys got questions before we end this? See, when you're in high school, you think you know everything, right? Right? I'm just giving them a hard
Yeah,
time.
you do.
So, I'll give you an idea of the conditions here on Lake Lanier, okay? It's muddy in most places. They are right now have record high water. So it's the highest water since 1977. We've got boat docks that have ripped away from their moorings. The cables on the docks have broken and they're floating around in the pockets. And I saw like 6 different boat repaired boats flying around the lake today, trying to tie up everybody's docks before they floated away. What else? Stained water down the south end. Bait fish are hard to find. Water temperatures in the low 50s. So it's gonna be a tough tournament. These boys are catching fish though, so. But
And rain.
and rainy. It's gonna rain all day. We're gonna get 2 inches of rain during the tournament on Sunday. So Bill's pumps better be working. And yeah, it's gonna be wet and sucky. And the worst part is, let me tell you about being a captain or being a boat captain on a high school tournament. The number 1 rule is I can't fish. And the number 2 rule is, well, I can sit there, I can give them advice, I can run the trolling motor, I can net the fish, and I can run the live well.
And get bird nest out.
Yeah, and I get bird nest out. But yet, do they have to tie their own knots?
I don't.
Yeah, supposed to.
Supposed to, unless they're having a total fit.
And even if you're doing the bird nest, you're supposed to get off the deck.
Mm.
Yeah, oh, so the angler can't pick up another rod. Yeah, I remember that one. Yep. So, anyway, the worst thing is sitting there trying to help these guys catch fish on a bad day of fishing, and you can't get up and help figure them out. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's the least favorite thing for me to do, but it's so rewarding to watch these guys learn how to fish and fall in love with tournament fishing. So, favorite place to kayak fish in Georgia, right down the road from my house, Rocky Mountain Public Fishing Area, is my favorite place. It's close, and it's got big fish if you know how to find them. So, come on, Gene, sing us a song for your outro. Grant, go away. He's one of the few that know I am a trained vocalist. I used to sing all the time. I used to sing everywhere, even in the Army. Are you going to do a video on the boys tournament, Gene? I'm going to try. While that's one thing I can do while I'm boat captaining is I'll set up some cameras and I'll run some cameras. Pre-fishing, we're too busy working, trying to figure out what the fish are doing to worry about cameras, but we'll definitely do one of the tournament. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna jump off of here. I really appreciate you. Appreciate all the guys that donated, and we'll get you those stickers out by the end of the week. And Scott better get on it. That's his job. But anyway, you guys take it easy. Thank the Gilmer High School fishing team. Everybody say bye. See ya. And say hi to Mom.
Hey, Mom.
So they've been on Fluke